On this episode of Lapeef Let's Talk,
many negative things, right? You know,
I understand racism. What's the internalized part?
I know I'm getting there. So with that being the overarching situation in our society, it would be internalized if you as a Black person also took on this ideology based on the larger, I guess, society that's not Black, and that puts these things, these ideas into people's heads and perpetuates this nonsense. So that's when it becomes internalized, when you are like, man, maybe we are just this way, maybe this and this. Oh yeah, we not as blah blah blah. Like when you start actually believing those things, you are internalizing that racism. When you think that Black people are inherently worse, you have internalized the racist ideologies that are so pervasive within American culture.
Yeah, I had a lot going on today, and I this was last minute for me, and it was a struggle. I'm going through a lot personally. No, you know, I came on here because I wanted to contribute to the community and to this conversation, and I just think to assume motive in people, you know, I know, but it is. But to insinuate without having facts, but you insinuate it without having facts. And instead of asking me, you just assumed. It's the same question about Black men. You just assume that they're racist.
Hold tight. We gotta do one at a time, y'all. One at a time.
Well, I'm talking. And,
go ahead.
You know, so I'm about to sign off. So, but I'm just saying, I just don't like when people assign motive to me. And I just think it's a grandiose view of oneself that someone needs to come to me and challenge the queen bee to get clout. That's what it sounds like. And I'm just like, we can't just have discussions, and some people are more passionate about some subjects over others. Why is it just assuming these negative motives?
One at a time.
When they didn't.
One at a time, ma'am. One at a time.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a circular conversation.
One at a time, Kay.
I'm not going to move the goalpost. It's a circular conversation, you know, at this point, and it's not really. I'm not going to change any hearts and minds. Miss Melanie. And I'm not looking to. So I know who I am, and I'm going to be who I am. So
please come back. We love you.
I'm good. Please. Don't follow me. Don't look for me. Cancel me. I'm hoping that happens because that's what I want.
Hey, hold on. I want to say something to Miss Melanie before she leaves.
I didn't get to finish speaking. Like I was waiting for her to finish.
I just want to say
she's Logic. No.
She's about to sign off. Apparently, she does what you listening to me.
She was speaking to me.
Go ahead. Hey, Miss Melody, before you leave. Okay,
thank you so much, Logic. I appreciate it. You.
I just want to say before she leaves.
Thank you.
Miss Melody, before you leave, can I? Miss Melody, before you leave.
What do you have to say? What do you have to say, Logic?
Oh my God. Look, Miss Melody, before you leave. Can I say something to you before you leave?
No, you can wait.
Kayla, can he just say something briefly and then you can finish up? Can he say something briefly and then you finish up?
Assumptions about your motive or anything like that. I was just giving per my observation for what happened earlier to what happened later. So that's all I was saying. I don't know you. I don't know how you feel. I understand your story and I understand where you're coming from. Trust me, I feel the same way you feel. I don't need validation from the internet. I don't care when people disagree with me. I get where you're coming from a lot. But I was just calling it like I saw in terms of what I saw and what happened earlier when Anton was trying to hold you to have and Logic saying you have this reputation for holding women accountable, but you weren't holding her accountable.
I understood all of that. I then you decided later, but I didn't deny that that's what you thought. I didn't deny what you thought.
Observation, because that's what happened.
Okay, I know, but that's called an assumption. You observed and then you made an assumption. That's what it's called.
How you feel, then why did you say that when
me and then you started making assumptions?
Logic were both pressing you about it. Why did you
what did you observe that how do you know for a fact? Did you observe me writing out an email or a text?
No.
Hey,
I'm asking you.
I'm looking for clout tonight, so I want to do that.
And Logic were both holding you to it.
Then
why did you say
you made an assumption. This is the thing. I don't think you understand basic debate. And that's what's difficult for me because I'm more logical in my thinking, and I'm
asking a specific question about
debate with people who don't understand logical, critical thinking. I kind of shut down like a computer.
Do you not want to answer?
I just no, I don't.
Okay.
All right. So now let's
take back.
I don't.
I'm asking about what happened. It's not about Logic. It's not about any of that. It's about what happened earlier. That was one thing, and then another thing happened later. So it looks contradicting. It is contradicting.
Okay. So she heard you. Hey, Kayla, she heard you.
Thanks.
So you can drop the weights now.
You've been talking all night, Logic. Go right ahead.
Really?
Right
okay.
ahead.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this to you, Miss Melanie. Right?
I don't care.
See, now this is the example that I want to make. So whether you heard what me and Anton said or not, I don't give a rat's ass at
Look
what.
how close he is to the camera.
Hey. What I care about, Miss Melody, is whether it came from us or not. You understood, and then now you held yourself accountable to sit here and say, you know what, that's not right. So now that's more than what I can say for 50% in here right now. You held yourself accountable. So I don't give a fuck how you was before, in the middle. I give a fuck about how you end. And I respect that and I appreciate that. And you got my respect. I'm gonna be one of them niggas in your chat now. I'm gonna be a chat nigga.
So thank you. I appreciate that though.
No,
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna be a chat nigga. All right, and you got
thank you, Melanie.
Because
I'm all up through there. I'm all up through there.
I understand this. I understand you saw something and it might have triggered you, but you still had the fortitude to change. And I can respect that. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you
guys for having me on.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, prayers to your family.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I hope that everything work out for you and everything that's going on in the background.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Talk. I sent up a prayer for you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Let you know I'm praying for you. So
I appreciate that.
Thank
Thank you,
Jamila,
guys.
thank you.
I enjoyed the discussion. It got heated, but I like debate. So
Yeah.
All right.
I already know it's gonna be ugly on the other side.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right,
Good
see
night.
you. Thank you.
Yo, Logic, you know we could see up your nose when you like that close. Like I could see your nose
Let
here.
me see them titties, baby. Play that.
Let me suck them titties, baby.
See, this is why I say this about women.
Oh, yeah. Let me suck them titties, baby. Let me suck them titties.
Bro, you gotta hit him with those shoulders, man. Where the scarf go? You change colors on?
Nah, he
you
needed
the
to take that
chameleon.
scarf off.
Jared,
really different.
He needed to take that scarf off.
I'm
Really
different.
different.
Yo,
Hey,
tonight
look,
has been.
hey, quick question. Why is
the show
everybody
over?
drunk?
Huh?
No,
I'm
it has
sober.
nothing to do with that.
You see these
I'm
bottles
sorry.
of
I
water?
apologize. I apologize.
I'm the only sober one here.
I'm literally drinking coffee and everybody's saying I'm drunk. No, hey, look.
Nah, you.
Oh, gosh. I
I'm
love
the
y'all,
same.
man.
I say this. Hey, look. No disrespect to
I
Kay
definitely needed this tonight.
because I love y'all. Look at Kay. Close our eyes. I still love you, Kay.
What up, Guapo? How you doing?
I'm not going to interrupt. Go ahead, guys.
Yo.
We're happy to have you here.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What's good, family? Happy New Year.
Nah. That's not
Hey.
What up, Guapo? My
You
God.
sound like
Life
you
is
do
good,
music or something.
fellas.
What's
It's good
the
to see you
upgrade?
all again. We made it. We're in
Yeah.
2022.
Nah, what's the upgrade, Wapo? That's not the classy Checkmate Studios no more. That's the what now?
I had to get LeBay a new house, man. New studio, new house.
Wait, you back?
Nah. I moved closer to DC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Salute. Good to see you.
What's up,
Hey,
JR? How you doing, sir?
Going on? How you doing, Wapo?
Man, life is good. Ladies, it's good to see you all in here tonight. It's actually good to see you all, for real. So, listen, I came in a little bit late, but I caught that last question, and I was hoping I could address it because I've been married twice to 2 Black women, and I'm engaged now to a Colombian woman. So, is a preference for non-Black women or women that don't look like you self-hate? My answer would be no. And here's why. As I get a little bit older, I start to realize that you've got to have a hierarchy of what's important in your life. So do I identify first with being a man, or do I identify first with being black? All right. I identify first with being a man. That's what I choose. Therefore, I want a woman that likes being a woman. Point blank, period. So if that woman is white, Latina, Asian, Middle Eastern, as long as she is a feminine amplifier and loves being a woman, I'm cool with it. I think that a lot of people, not just men, but women as well, should take that real hard look at themselves and decide, what do you identify with first? You know, so and just as a little food for thought, let's say that you were dealing with a same-sex couple, a black man that was homosexual. If he only, had a preference for people outside of, non-black men, would you call him self-hating as well?
Preference is different than requirement. Like I said earlier, whether it's men, women, any type of combination or permutation of any gender or sex, for me, I wouldn't call anyone self-hating based on a preference. But if it's a requirement and you're like, I do not like these people based on this, and you are those same people, then yeah, for Black people in America, yes, I'm going to say that there's an issue there that needs to be further explored. So it doesn't matter your sexuality for me.
Gotcha. Real quick, just to clarify. So when you say there's a difference between preference and I think you mean like exclusion, like I actually will not date a person of my same race. Like, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And you think it's self-hate? Because that was the question, right?
Yeah, I talked about internalized racism, and that's where we kind of got off.
What does that mean?
Oh my goodness, I've explained it already, but it's kind of
I was in the cheap seats. Please forgive me.
It's okay. So in America, if you're a Black person and you're in this structure where racism is embedded into the fabric of our society, Black people are viewed as less than, Black people are viewed as less capable, Black people are viewed as less attractive, Black people are viewed as many negative things, right? You know,
I understand racism. What's the internalized part?
I know I'm getting there. So with that being the overarching situation in our society, it would be internalized if you as a Black person also took on this ideology based on the larger, I guess, society that's not Black, and that puts these things, these ideas into people's heads and perpetuates this nonsense. So that's when it becomes internalized, when you are like, man, maybe we are just this way, maybe this and this. Oh yeah, we not as blah, blah, blah. Like when you start actually believing those things, you are internalizing that racism. When you think that Black people are inherently worse, you have internalized the racist ideologies that are so pervasive within American culture.